The New York Jets have no business picking in the first round of the draft this year. I think they should trade out or use it as trade bait to go get somebody else because I don't think we should pick in the first round. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and you heard me right. Today's video is going to be 5 reasons why we shouldn't pick in the first round. It makes no sense to pick in the first round this year, and there's 5 reasons why, so let's hop into it. The first reason, and I think this is the biggest reason, is that everybody, and who's anybody who knows anything about football, knows what the New York Jets want to do at 13, and that's take an offensive lineman. And when you are projecting the pick that you want to make to the entire NFL, it gives the opportunity for teams to come up and go get in front of you, to go get their guy that they think you might take. The New York Jets did this exact same thing to the Houston Texans last year when we went to go get Breece Hall. We had to get in front of the Houston Texans because if not, he was going to Houston. So we went up and we got our guy. And the offensive line problem is a little bit more complex than people think because a lot of people are going to look at it and be like, oh, you just got to take one of the top 3 tackles. It's not that simple. I've done my evaluations. I've watched every snap of Paris Johnson Jr., Broderick Jones, and Peter Skoronski's college career, and I can confidently say that while these 3 guys are the top 3 tackles in the draft, none of them are going to grade higher than Mekhi Becton or Elijah Vera Tucker at the tackle spot at all. And I know that this is a big if, but it is still an if. If Mekhi Becton is healthy and if Elijah Vera Tucker are healthy, they are going to win the left tackle and right tackle spots respectively, even if we go out and draft one of these 3 guys. Now, here's the caveat. Peter Skoronski, which is the player that I would want at 13, is the only player that has flexibility on where he can play in the offensive line because he can play right guard, he can play left guard, he can play center, he can play left tackle, he can play right tackle. He's played all 5 positions on the offensive line, and that's incredibly valuable. And Joe Douglas loves a player with that positional versatility. You know who else will fall in love with his positional versatility? 31 other NFL GMs. So the chances of him being available at 13 are very, very low. And if he's not there, I don't feel confident. And while I like Broderick Jones, I don't feel confident that either one of Broderick Jones or Paris Johnson Jr. can slide in to guard or play it at a high enough level where we need it. So that's the first reason why we shouldn't pick at 13, right? Because the only player that we want and the only player that I think that the New York Jets should want isn't going to be available there. Number 2 is this year's draft class is absolutely abysmal. And what do I mean by that? It's not top heavy. There are maybe 10, 12 first round talents in this NFL draft class. It's absolutely insane. There's only one elite guy. Everybody else has high potential or like really high potential, but there isn't really this big slew of players that you'll feel confident that you'll be able to take at 13 that you know is going to be coming to your team and be an instant contributor or an instant starter, especially at the positions where the New York Jets would want to take. That's just the reality of it. Next year's draft has a lot more possibility for elite level talent in the middle and late parts of the first round draft. And this year, go get another first-round pick next year, and that's it. Or accumulate more picks this year because that leads me to my number 3 reason why the New York Jets should trade out of 13 and possibly not pick in the first round at all. The middle parts of this draft are going to be insane. There are, by my estimations, anywhere from 50 to 60 guys with second-round grades this year. Now, a lot of those guys are going to be taken in the first round purely based out of necessity of having 31 picks in the first round. That being said, Joe Douglas, and this leads to my number 4 point, has shown that he has the ability to go out and get meaningful players and contributors in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and even 7th round that can come in and contribute to this team immediately, whether that's on special teams, whether that's as backups, whether that's filling in as starters. If we look at his track record the last 2 years, Elijah Moore, Breece Hall, Michael Carter II, Michael Clemens, Max Mitchell, all guys that got major playing time for the New York Jets last year and the season before. We were all talking about how Elijah Moore was going to be a wide receiver 1. Breece Hall is that dude, is probably a top 10 running back in the NFL when healthy. Max Mitchell came in and immediately took meaningful reps at right tackle last year and did a hell of a job doing it. Michael Clemens is going to be the reason that Carl Lawson no longer has a job, because JJ is going to take his spot and Michael Clemens is going to take JJ's spot. We've got Michael Carter II is one of the best slot corners in the NFL, and we were able to find him in the 5th round. Michael Carter, the running back, is one of the better running back tandems, like as when he's part of a tandem in the NFL. We found him in the 4th round. There are so many players that we can get deep and late in this draft that it makes more sense to have multiple seconds and thirds than having a first-round pick, which leads me to the last reason why the New York Jets shouldn't pick in the first round, and that's purely based on the cap implications. Straight up, we've been picking a lot of first-round picks in the last couple of years. We've got the Zach Wilson contract, the Elijah Vera Tucker contract, the Garrett Wilson contract, the Sauce Gardner contract, the Jermaine Johnson contract. First-round picks contracts are huge, and they accumulate, and they build up steam as time goes on. Taking a break from taking a first-round contract would help the Jets out short-term in their cap situation and long-term in their cap situation. And with the talent not being there, JD showing that he has the ability to get players in the middle parts of the round, and the fact that Peter Skoronski, the only player I would want at 13, probably won't be there, the Jets shouldn't pick at 13 at all, or in the first round this year. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think I'm just crazy? Am I overthinking this? What do you think in the comment section? Let me know. And last but not least, and always, go Jets.